the point I'm getting at is I'm looking at these fucking superstars. I'm looking at these people and I'm like that's not, when I first started, I'm like, that's not for me. Like I will never be able to fucking get to that level. And maybe I won't get to that level, but at the time I was just like, I'll look at my feet and I'll go, I just have to take one step. I can't think of anything fucking more exciting with my life to do than to fucking help men go through this experience, go down the rabbit hole. Let's go down the fucking rabbit hole together, man. Let's fucking escape the matrix, and let's do it quickly so that we can get on with our fucking lives. Like, look, I'm fucking crying. Hey, what's going on, team? Today's my birthday. So 30, big 30. I worked on my birthday because, hey, I think when you get to this age, it just becomes a fucking another day. And also, you know, like, I'm spiritually enlightened, so, you know, I don't really feel the need to like celebrate. Anyway, I thought I'd fucking riff off into some of the epiphanies that I'm having now turning 30. This is sort of maybe an introductory thing to the 3 to 5 part series that's coming out soon. This one obviously not scripted, not fucking, my face is all glossy, I haven't shaved, I'm fucking tired, been out in the sun all day. But yeah, I just got a bit of my fucking emotional before, got a little bit upset at the fucking Korean waiting in line, so I thought I'd use that energy for good and deliver some shit for you in this video. The first thing is, like, I guess I can't help but feel a little bit disappointed in myself. I've always been pretty tough on myself, and I've always struggled with like acknowledging my own successes. I guess that's part of my engineering brain coming through, because I never really, it's been my job for the most part of my life to find faults in equipment. It's, you know, it's kind of like my new purpose now is to find faults in you so that I can help you bring awareness to them, and then learn how to fucking get that shit out of your head so you can live an awesome life, you know, outside the matrix. When I was younger, when I was probably about 22, 23, I remember fucking being outfield in the military, and I had a lot of time to think about, like, what do I want to get out of life? And I was sort of like, this is after I realized that the military wasn't for me, but I kind of was like thinking, okay, well, if I'm leaving the military, what am I going to do? And I didn't have a fucking plan. So if you're thinking about leaving the military, have a plan before you go. That's not the point. The point I'm getting at is the goals that I had back then were so fucking small compared to what I had now. So back then it was just like, oh yeah, I'll have a fucking $100,000 Supra. I'll live in a fucking shed, because, you know, a house was not even fucking on my cards. Like, owning a $500,000 house just seemed impossible. Like I'm earning fucking nearly $80,000 a year, and like most of that's getting fed into the car and fucking rent and that sort of thing. So it just didn't make sense. I just didn't have the knowledge that I have now so it wasn't a possibility. Plus I was inside the matrix, you know, this whole idea that fucking, you know, owning a house and being middle class is a good thing. So yeah, I just didn't really have big goals. I had goals. The goals were just like, you know, average house, cool car. And I over-glorified the fucking idea of, like, you know, having no house or just living in a shed and a cool car with a fucking average girl, and maybe pump out a few kids. That was a thing to shoot for. And now I realise how fucking delusional I was, and why fucking aiming for the middle class is really, really fucking dumb. You know, I'm listening to some of Grant Cardone's audiobooks, and it's scary and exciting at the same time, some of the shit that he comes up with. But I guess what's happened over the fucking last, 3 years since my awakening is the goalposts have moved further along. So one, let's be honest, I haven't achieved what I set out when I was 23, that sort of thing in my mind. The last fucking 5 years has just gone like in a flash, man. Like, for you guys that are watching this video that are between the ages of 18 and 25, when you hit 25, 26 years old, time just moves faster. Now, I don't know if that was just because of my perception of the world, but I've spoken to a few other people that have fucking gone through a similar situation than me, and they say the same thing. So yeah, I can't help but feel a little bit disappointed in myself that I made it now to 30, and I didn't achieve the things that I wanted to achieve back then, because I didn't put the fucking work in, and I didn't have the guidance that I should have got when I left the military. And that's why I'm so passionate about coaching now, because I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes that I've done. I want to fast track this fucking process. Instead of doing it in fucking a year or 2 years, you could probably do it in 3 to 6 months. if you want to fucking really try for it. And that's why I know these things, and I want to share them with you so that you don't have to go through the same pain and agony that I've gone through to get to here. Another thing is, like, in the military, when I'm fucking on my birthday day, I usually either celebrate it early, don't celebrate it at all. I'm on the road, I'm driving. I'm driving vast distances, like from Victoria to fucking Queensland. So I never really was one to really celebrate my birthday anyway. I'm just sort of giving it to you raw, some of the things that have been bouncing around in my head. And like, on one hand, I'm like, fuck yeah, I made it to 30, I'm not dead, I'm in good health. My nutrition's getting better, my mind's fucking working properly. I'm going after my purpose. I'm doing the things that are making me exciting, like these videos and helping you. But on the other hand, I'm just like a little bit, I guess, hard on myself and disappointed that I was supposed to be further along by now. I'm not. And I guess I'm actually like, I guess this video is helping me unplug from the whole, like, I guess, society's norm of, hey, you got to do this, you got to have the white picket fence, you got to have the fucking girl by this age. And I guess you get like the whole idea of not having to fall into society's plan of what they have for you and actually go after what you want, you know. On one hand, sometimes I do these videos and I'm like, I've got this. I feel like I'm really fucking getting good at delivering this content, and I'm feeling like a lot better about it. You know, it's taken me about 400 videos before I posted my first video on YouTube. To go from, like, you know, practice, shoot videos when you don't feel like it, like I don't feel like shooting a video now. And then start looking back at some of the early ones that I did after now over 400 videos, you're just like, wow, holy shit. Like, you know, I'm not a perfect speaker just yet, but wow, what an improvement, you know. It's over 3 years off and on, fucking messing around with talking into a phone and a camera. Look how far I've come so far, and imagine where I could go if I really fucking knuckled down on this thing. That's amazing. But the point I'm getting at is, like, on one hand I'm like, fuck yeah, I got this, and on the other hand, let's talk about the other hand, it's like, am I just some fucking weirdo talking into a camera and this is just some pipe dream? Is this just something that I'm doing purely because like I'm wasting my time in it, I guess? Like, sometimes it feels that way. I'm just wasting my time. I realise that this is going to fucking take so much fucking effort, so much consistency. We've got to work out fucking how to ad systems work, how to get fucking people watching these sort of videos, resonating with me, resonating with my message, resonating with where I want to go. And I kind of, like, I'm second guessing myself. I'm saying shit like to myself. I catch myself out sometimes second guessing myself, saying, like, do I have what it takes to fucking do this thing? Are people going to listen? Do they want to listen? Am I just some fucking clown talking into a camera? And it brings me down sometimes, it really does. And then other times I look at some of the other coaches that are out there on YouTube and I'm like, if they're getting paid for this basic information, okay, that is not broken down for people like myself that need that fucking really analytical, meticulous, like, layout of information so that it actually goes in your fucking brain. If this basic stuff is selling and people are listening and wanting to learn more, well, I can fucking do this, you know. And so, like, yeah, I just kind of look at some of the other coaches out there, and I fucking cringe, and I'm like, I could do better than this, you know. I could deliver content so much better than this. I've walked the path myself, and a lot of these people that are coaching, they don't do what I do. They don't put out videos like this, and I feel like they're a bit of a fucking, I guess it's the word facade. Leave a comment below if you know the word I'm looking for. They're not authentic. Okay, I think an authentic coach, especially in my industry that I'm aiming for, no one's fucking perfect. No one's fucking high energy doing videos all the time. I like to be in a hypo mood to shoot videos, but sometimes I'm like this, and I think it's fucking normal. And I think there's an opening for a coach like myself that delivers content structurally, based on experiences and stuff that I've learned through my life experience, through things out of books, things out off the internet from other great coaches, but also one that is more authentic and showing the sides of their personality that aren't perfect, that they're still working on themselves. And I guess that will deliver more my content in a more authentic way and allow, I guess, my client, you, to connect with me on a level that meets you a bit more, I guess, halfway. Because I know when I first started out fucking learning this stuff, I'm looking at, Max Tornow, Tyler, RSD Tyler, you might, or Owen Cookies, you probably know him, Julian Blanc. I'm looking at fucking Derek Moneyberg. Love Derek Moneyberg, he's a fucking champion. I'm looking at Jeffy. I'm looking at fucking Madison, like all the RSD boys. The point I'm getting at is I'm looking at these fucking superstars. I'm looking at these people and I'm like that's not, when I first started, I'm like, that's not for me. Like I will never be able to fucking get to that level. And maybe I won't get to that level, but at the time I was just like, I'll look at my feet and I'll go, I just have to take one step. I just have to get, even if I got 10% of the success, not even 10%, even 5% of the success with women and the success with business and the entrepreneurship mindset that they all have. Imagine what I could do. And I guess the more I fucking dug into it, I went down the rabbit hole, the more and more it started to become apparent that they're not perfect either, although they don't fucking show as much as probably I'm going to. That it becomes more and more real that success and my business ideas could actually really be a thing, And I guess the more that I put in the time to learn this content, the better I can deliver it. But at the same time, I really just got to fucking start, I really just got to start. I can't think of anything fucking more exciting with my life to do than to fucking help men go through this experience, go down the rabbit hole. Let's go down the fucking rabbit hole together, man. Let's fucking escape the matrix and let's do it quickly so that we can get on with our fucking lives. Like, look, I'm fucking trying. I don't want you to go through the fucking same shit that I went through, man. I don't want that shit was the hardest. That was the second hardest thing that I ever fucking did. That I ever learned, and I know these fucking things, man. And I'm sure you've probably been watching a few of my videos now, and you're like, holy fuck, there's a lot to learn. Let's fucking get started. Let's get started. Let's go for this shit. I want to help. Because I don't want you to go through that same shit. You could do this. You can fucking do this in 3 to 6 months, man. It's going to be painful. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be fucking painful. But I'm here for you. I've got some fucking guidance. I've got some structure in my head. I've got the concepts that a conversation. The power to know that I have the capacity to have a conversation with you and change your life. That's fucking crazy, man. Because if I had forked out a few $1,000s and I had somebody metaphorically fucking guide me for 12 weeks, 6 months after I left the military, fuck, imagine where I could be now. I wouldn't have so much regret, and my life could be insane. It could be so much more insane than it is. My life's going much better now that I've gone through that experience. But it could be so much better if I had got the guidance when I first left the military at 25. I guess back then my ego was too big. I just didn't know that there was so much work to do. And I guess I was just ignorant. I just didn't want to learn. But if you're watching videos like this and you're picking up what I'm putting down, and you resonate with my message, I fucking would love you to send me a message on Instagram, on my, you're probably going to be watching this on YouTube or my fucking Instagram, Deciphered by Dice. And I just think it'd be fucking dope to work with you and to be part of your transformation, be part of your life, and to alter the course of your life, to go from a bag of turds to what is my potential, what is my purpose, what do I actually want out of my fucking life. To be able to guide you through that is the most fucking coolest shit ever that I fucking want to do. So yeah, if you want to be part of this journey, if you want to be fucking one of the first ones, one of the OG clients that fucking helped me get this thing off the ground early 2021, then fucking send me a DM on Instagram and let's get fucking started. Let's work together. I'm going to be learning. You're going to be learning as much as I'm going to be learning. And if you're looking for somebody that's I guess a little bit further along, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. You know, like you want to be one of my big points is you want to be careful where you get your fucking information from, because if you're you're hustling but you're taking in the wrong information, then you're getting the wrong information. It's going to fuck you in the long run. Okay. But then the other side of the coin, this is a concept I learned from Max. Okay, a big one is somebody who is not fucking like a rock star, super successful, has been in the game for 20 years. They often have a better perspective and understanding what it's like to be a newbie, because they still remember being a newbie, and because they remember being a newbie, they're able to dissect and explain those concepts much more intricately than somebody who has been, like, I guess, regurgitating the same information over and over again, but not actually feeling and connecting and experiencing the pain anymore. So yeah, I don't know. It's a concept I learned from Max, and also out of a good book called Choke by Simon Belcock, I think. Belcock. Anyway, I guess I've got on a bit of a fucking ramble now. Holy shit, it's been 18 minutes. It's no longer a fucking short video. But if you got something out of it, I really appreciate you fucking comment and like, and yeah, maybe I'll talk to you on Instagram. Have a good one, and yeah, happy birthday to me.